Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82 here with another action figure review. Today I'm looking at the G.I. Joe Collectors Club exclusive Tiger Force Tunnel Rat. This guy was released with the final 12 figures this year in 2019. Here he is in the package. We've got the retro G.I. Joe Real American Hero logo on the top, GIJoeClub.com exclusive. We've got some nice card art on the left. He's holding some TNT. He's got a rifle out. We've got the retro Hasbro logo there on the bottom left. And there's the figure in the bubble. And here is the back of the card. We've got that same card art on the top. On the right, it says G.I. Joe Club exclusive 10 of 12. And on the bottom, we have the file card. And the file card says Tiger Force EOD, codename Tunnel Rat. File name Nikki Lee, primary military specialty EOD, explosive ordnance disposal. Secondary military specialty combat engineer, birthplace Brooklyn, New York. And the first paragraph says Tunnel Rat grew up on the mean streets of Brooklyn. Comes from a family whose background includes Trinidadian Chinese, Irish, Spanish, and Indian ancestry. Quite a melting pot there. He found his calling on the Ranger course at Fort Banning and later honed his skills on numerous top-secret missions around the world. There isn't a mine, booby trap, or bomb that he can't disarm, defuse, or otherwise deactivate. He's remarkably experienced at negotiating his way through tunnels, air ducts, and other tight places where bombs and booby traps are likely to be planted. Tunnel Rat is a qualified expert with NATO small arms and all Warsaw Pact explosive devices. His superior hand-to-hand combat fighting ability above and below the ground made him an ideal recruit for the Tiger Force Special Operations Unit. And the quote on the bottom says, "A soldier is somebody who is very good at breaking things. That's me alright, only when I break things, they become safer." And here is Tiger Force Tunnel Rat out of the package. He's based on the European exclusive figure from 1991. As you can see, they did a pretty good job of replicating the vintage look for the modern figure. A lot of the colors are pretty similar. This figure is a repaint of the 2011 Renegades version of Tunnel Rat, which was based on the animated series at the time. Let's take a closer look at Tunnel Rat. He's got a bright orange hat on with some nice tiger stripes on it. Those tiger stripes continue down over his face. You can see his eyebrows are a little bit mismatched there. His right one is thicker than the left one. I'm not sure what happened there, but maybe a QC issue. He's got a bright yellow bandana. He's got his ammo belt strapped across, which has some nice silver paint, not gray, silver paint on it, which looks pretty good, except for on the top, the paint got a little sloppy. He's wearing a red shirt. He's got a black holster over his left shoulder with a revolver, which is gray and black. And he's got the green TNT satchel, which you can see in the card art. He's got blue fingerless gloves, blue pants, which you don't see too often on Joe figures. Those tiger stripes continue sparingly across the pants. And he's got some brown pouches on his thighs and some black shoes. Let's look at his articulation. He's got a decent range of motion on his head. He can do full 360 if you needed him to do that for some reason, but a nice little up and down movement there. His shoulders do a full 360, come up about so far. He's got 90 degree bend at the elbow. Wrist swivel, 360 on there. You can see his joint in the torso, so he can do some ab crunches. His legs come up about that far. He's got double jointed knees. And his ankles do a full 360. Let's take a look at his accessories. As I mentioned earlier, he comes with this green TNT satchel, nicely sculpted. A gray and black revolver, which fits pretty well in the holster on his chest. A light green flashlight for seeing in those dark tunnels. A nicely sculpted rifle, and the stand that comes with it just slides into the front there. He also comes with a pretty long ammo belt here, which is nicely painted black and silver, like what is already across his shoulder. on the figure, and this can plug into a little notch here on the rifle. You can just plug that in and now it's ready to go. And one figure stand, it's got the G.I. Joe logo on the top, and on the front it says Tiger Force Tunnel Rat. Overall, I would say this figure is decent. It's not as good as I was expecting. Mine has a few QC issues with the paint apps. I don't know if they're all like that or if it's just mine or what, but that's something to look out for when you compare this version to the 2011 Renegades version. The Renegades version overall is better as far as QC goes. If you are a European Tiger Force completist, you're definitely going to want to pick this guy up. If you're not, or if you're not a Tiger Force fan, you'll probably want to skip this one. Okay, it's time to look at another collection. This time, it's my brother's. Yep, I visited him recently and took some shots of his collection. Like me, he likes comic books and superheroes, and he has a collection of Marvel and DC action figures and statues. If you'd like me to highlight your collection, send me your photos to gijoefan82@gmail.com. Put collection photos in the subject line. Give me a brief description of what your collection is and how you would like me to refer to you by your real name, an online name, a YouTube channel, whatever. And I will highlight them at the end of my review videos. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.